When you are selling your Amazon products, it is critical that your customers have a good understanding how to use your product. In this video, our guest Irina from SIMPI first explains the usual process for Amazon customers to start using new products, and then she presents a new approach to teach your customers about the products they purchase from you. She talks about how-to videos which sellers could easily set up and share with customers. This approach also helps to cross-sell and upsell different products that are connected with each other. So let's jump straight to the interview.
Hi, we're here at Amazon Sellers Barcamp event in Lisbon, Portugal. And right now I'm here with Irina from SIMPI. Before we go to discuss what SIMPI does and how you can also help Amazon sellers, I wanted to ask, how are you feeling today and how do you like the event so far?
I love it. So one thing I really must say is they did a really good job with networking. So yesterday we did this whole trip on the boat, escape rooms, and I met a lot of people, of course German people as well, but it was fun. So it's very valuable connections. And then what we learned today here, it's super interesting because it was a lot of knowledge sharing. So I think it's very valuable.
Okay, very good. And before we go more deeper into what you do, can you give us a shorter overview of what SIMPI is and what you do?
Sure. I'll tell you a story maybe.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
So imagine you buy a coffee machine, right? You buy it online on Amazon and you receive it at home. So what you usually get is a pretty big manual and then,
a lot.
right? Yeah, so like a booklet, and you probably will not even look at it. Instead, you will probably go to YouTube, Google, you will ask your parents, anyone who can help you to understand how to set it up, you know, which buttons to press in order to maintain it or to clean it or even to foam the milk, right? And now imagine you get the coffee machine, and instead of like going through this tedious process, because YouTube has like all those cat videos, you get distracted and then it takes you a week to set up your new coffee machine that you were so excited about. So instead, you now get a QR code. With this QR code, you scan it and you get a product landing page with many little guides, how-tos, we call them, or SIMPIs, of, you know, how to set it up, which buttons to use if I want maybe to make a cappuccino, right? Which button combination do I need in order to clean it? What does it mean if it makes a certain sound, right? Or maybe you need a reminder that you need to clean the machine. So this is what we do. So we take over this whole process of, you know, reading or going, looking for something, and we enable the sellers basically to get customers into their experience and keep them within the after-sales experience as well. Because customer experience does not end when they go through checkout. This is when it starts. So this is when customers then say, okay, this is a good product, I want to give it a good rating. Or it was so tedious to set it up, oh my God, right? I send it back because I have no idea how to use it. The other cool thing what we do is basically you get those little steps, you set them up yourself, and you can implement upsell opportunities to link back into your Amazon store, right? Which is quite nice because you generate traffic for your site. This means with a coffee machine, for example, you can say how to foam milk, and then you say like, oh, by the way, these cups go really well with like your Sunday coffee and they're perfect for cappuccino. And here's the link to my Amazon shop, right? So this is like one.
So it's kind of clever, right?
It's pretty clever. And the other clever thing about this is that you create content once and you can spread it on your social media everywhere. Or you can even take this how-to video and you can create a little video out of it and put it on your Amazon store because it's not going to be branded or anything. Okay. So you can actually use it as a benefit. Create content once, spread it.
And I would like to ask, without SIMPI, how are Amazon sellers doing manuals today? What are their options?
That is a good question. So I think it really depends on the product and on the seller and how much effort they want to put in. So I know a few sellers that sell bigger products such as coffee machines or beds or anything, and they put a lot of money into creating high quality manuals. So this is like really, you know, understanding like the pictures, making them colorful, beautiful, whatever, or as simple as possible. This happens. Or we have some sellers who create YouTube videos, and then they also say like with a YouTube video, if you have a big product, that takes many steps to be set up, it's like 5 minutes long, 3 minutes long. And people lose attention and they need to pause, get back in order to understand where they left.
Okay, so if I understand correctly, then the main goal of SIMPI is to have to break it down into smaller steps, right? Exactly. More consumable steps and make it more easier for the customers as well, right? Exactly. And how does it work? If I'm an Amazon seller, I have a product, I need to set up a SIMPI. What's the process like?
Yeah, good question. So the process is really easy. You log into simpi.com. I mean, you reach out to us. We give you an account basically with SIMPI, and then it is a similar experience like with any either video formatting tool or even like a TikTok for desktop at the moment. We're now building the app as well. So on the desktop application, you can just, upload the little videos that you've made, like the steps, really small steps. Then you can insert text to speech, which is quite interesting because with this, you have an AI-generated voice, which sounds quite organic, especially for like the most common languages such as, Spanish, English, Italian, German, and French as well, Russian. Really good quality of languages at the moment, and they translate them automatically. So on one side you have text to speech, you have subtitles as well that you can use. You can then say, oh, I want to implement the link, right, of anything that you want to maybe not only promote, you can also add your promotion code or whatever if you like. But in the end, you always have the option to say, hey, I'm operating in these 5 main countries, and then you say, okay, I want to translate everything into this. And then you have super easily created your localization with no worries. You should, though, double check because sometimes you have funny things like, it just translates something that you would not want to have in German, and then you just change it.
Yeah, okay. So it seems like it's really effective way and time-saving way for Amazon sellers to create those manuals, right? Exactly. And if I understood correctly, then sellers first have to have these short kind of clips, then they do everything on your platform, and what's next? They then have to add this QR code to their insert cart, right?
Exactly. So ideally you have the QR code wherever you feel it's relevant to have it on, right? So we do, if it's a product that needs more explanation, we recommend to just pin it on the product directly so it's clear, okay, this is how you set it up. Other than that, if you have any kind of flyers, we usually include this on your manual, the QR code, so people can choose between reading a manual or watching a manual.
Okay, very
good.
So that's. And just generally speaking, what kind of problem are you solving actually for Amazon sellers? What do Amazon win from this, simple, good, consumable manuals?
Yeah. So I think the main problem, we're solving a few problems. The main one, which I find super exciting, is this whole localization part and the efficiency that you have within your operations if you operate in different countries, basically. So that's the one thing. The other thing is this whole aspect on upsell and cross-sell possibilities. So you generate traffic back into your Amazon shop, which is quite good, especially with all the competition going on and Amazon getting bigger and bigger. The other hand is you create content once and you can really use it for your social media. It is kind of the idea of having user-generated content. So it's a current trend. So you can actually put it on Instagram, TikTok. You can also incentivize people to create content for you with SIMPI, for instance, and spread it also on your social media. So that with this, you kind of get the trust from the consumers. And you can also improve your ratings because consumers are actually understanding your product right away. And they're kept within this experience of your product.
Okay, so a question about the future. So right now, Amazon sellers are able to add product videos to the listing. But mostly buyers are watching the listing before they make the purchase. So after they have made the purchase and received the product, so far Amazon hasn't integrated anything into the system that they would see this video right away or like a manual or anything. So what do you think now, as we have seen Amazon actually launching more tools and features for brand owners, do you think there will be a section or an option for sellers to also include, like, for example, a SIMPI they created on your platform somewhere to this post-purchase process?
I think so, yes. It would make sense to include the QR codes, especially, I mean, this is up to Amazon, right? Amazon changes their rules more or less frequently, I would say. Also, how they decide on if this is appropriate or not. I do believe that you already have the possibility to include PDFs into your product page and your listing, basically. Creating like a black and white QR code. It's the same thing.
Yeah, it would actually
much.
be a good idea to add that QR code there. I think it's not so visible right now for the buyers, but it's there. It's available. So yeah, why not to use that space right now and to try out with SIMPI? Sounds great. Okay, very good. And could you also give us an overview then, once more, how to learn more about what you do and how to get in contact with you if anybody has any questions to you?
For sure. So how to get in contact is quite easy. You either go to simpi.com or simpi.me and you go to contacts. You can contact us. Also, just reach out on LinkedIn. It's Irina Joanna Gebauer. We're super happy to answer any questions to guide you through. And what was the other question? What do we do?
Once more shortly, like how can you help Amazon sellers?
Sure. How we help Amazon sellers is that we help you with your upsell, with your localization, and you can create content once and spread it everywhere to your social media, and you'll be found on Google.
Perfect. So thanks again, Irina, for taking time to sit down with me here, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the event and also see you soon again.
Thank you so much.
Check the link below to SIMPI's website to see how you can implement their solution in your Amazon business. Also, don't forget to click like button below this video and subscribe to our channel. Click the notification bell as well. And now I recommend you to watch another video where we discuss how to improve Amazon FBA customer relations, support and buyer experience. I shared a lot of experience from my own being an Amazon customer.